What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Azulo here, back again with another Harukaze Mound video. And yeah, I was actually gonna release this on like Monday or Tuesday. I know, super early, but as you can see, things did not really work out. I had to redo it because the video was like 30 minutes long, and I really realized that like I'd be doing this like panel by panel. That's why I'd be taking so long. I'd be wasting y'all's time. And I know I can make them like I know I see a lot of people do like 15-minute or less chapter review videos. And I could do that too, but I don't know, I just feel like summarizing just is not fun. I feel like going through it is more fun, but I don't know, let me know what you guys like or would you prefer cuz if these are too long, I'll stop. I'll stop, I guess. But this one is going to be long because I have a lot to say. Just as just because there's a lot of things that go on. I like a lot of mini things. But yeah, let's get right into the video. Chapter 5, Numero Cinco. We are here with 5 Tool Player. So let's get right into it. So starting off with this first page, we have a little callback to the last chapter, and basically, again, just for you guys that are missing or missed out, basically, they're about to start a game because they want to try and boost their reputation, and their plan is to win because this is a like top tier school. So if they beat the school, people are gonna be like, "Yo, who is this no name nobody school that just beat this, Ivy League school?" So that's the plan. Have Haru, stretching, trying to warm up the muscles because tomorrow's a big day. Tomorrow is Hina's big game debut, and I like this little shot because in the corner, little detail, we have his baseball journal, and so the boy's been studying. And then we also have this cool little shot of the outside of, I'm guessing, like their homes or their apartment, and then we have a little shot of his door plate. He has his name on his like room door, and I think in the one shot, I believe, Haru and Kaze, they got to react. They got to interact with each other and get to talk it out. And I hope we get to see more of that. I would love to see more home interaction and just more interactions with the brothers themselves. Because again, I know they're separated, but I do want to see more of them. Next page we get to see that Haru and Ibuki and the whole team, they're at the new school. So right now they're at the East Tokyo region private school, Shisen Gakusha. And remember, this high school is associated with the university, so they got money. And basically, they kind of say that the field looking clean. They got the fences, they got the benches, the bleachers. They got even the little like graffiti on the field, little symbols, and they got the players. Like they got them marching out. You know, and then we get to see, I think that's Yuma. That looks like Ibuki doing a cartwheel, but I think it's Yuma. He's, trying to loosen up the vibes, not feel as tense. And Ibuki and, oh wait, no, that's, what's his name? What's his name? That's my Sasuke, Mysuke, I think. Sorry, that's Mysuke doing a cartwheel. And then we have Yuma and Ibuki kind of making a comment about how, oh, like Haru doesn't seem nervous. And I don't think Haru would seem nervous. Again, I feel like Haru is the type of guy who, the things you think would get to him don't get to him because again, he's used to it. He's not new to this. He's not new to this. I think something like Kaze saying something mean to him is something that would get to him, obviously. But name calling, we saw that not gonna get to him. Being anxious at a game is not gonna get to him. And I like this little panel. We get to see the whole team. And everybody, for the most part, looks pretty calm. Like, we got Temu Geto, he looks calm. We got Whack-A-Mole. He's always side-eyeing somebody. Like, we got my Sasuke still doing little cartwheel. Kengo looks like he's meditating, trying to calm down. And we got, I think, Iroha, little sleepy kid. Man sleeping. And then we have the two newbies, EJ or Ejai or Eji, and then that's Saku. Saku. They look nervous. So obviously this is probably their first game. And then we get bamboozled, or not bamboozled. We get bombarded by some random guy in a tracksuit, and he's calling out Ibuki's name. So clearly they have some sort of uh, history, and they make a comment that, or they're trying to tell us again that Ibuki is a short king. Over here at 155 centimeters. I don't know that in feet, but he's short. And this other guy is 185 centimeters. I think that's like 6 feet or 6'1". So he's tall, obviously. And They known each other since elementary school, and we find out that this random guy is also the guy that helped him organize this game. And we get to meet him basically. His name is Ataru. Ooh, his name is Ataru Yoshizawa, and he's a first year at this school. And I'm not gonna lie, character design, fire. He looks fly. He looks cool. And then to all my Phantom Seer fans, come on, this is literally Idori and Riku's. Like this is their love child. This is their kid. This is their son. Like this is like tell me. I'm gonna put all three of them right here. Tell me that's not them. Like come on, that's literally them. But people they make a comment about how he's in a whole tracksuit and he's also on the track and field team, and that's a little callback to I think the first chapter when Ibuki said something like a lot of baseball players play other sports or play other hobbies to strengthen their skills, and I'm guessing that's what um he's doing. I'm guessing baseball is his main sport, but track and field helps him. But yeah, we get to meet him, and then one of his teammates, Tetsuo, comes in and kind of hits him on the head, and he's like, "Bro, like stop annoying these first years." And his teammate is a third year, so we have that nice little interaction with them. And Ibuki kind of tells us that like yeah, they Ibuki and Ataru were together on the U12 under team, and Ataru actually went on to be on the U15 under team, which is also the golden generation with Kaze as well. So Ataru, he's not to be messed with for real. So um, continuing on, Ibuki wants to go over the plans for the game, but Haru has to go in pee, so he runs to the bathroom. And while he's in the bathroom, Ataru and his teammate Tetsuo are, I guess, randomly outside the bathroom box or building, and they're not really talking smack. Well, his teammates kind of talking smack about Ibuki, and his teammates like, "Yo, like, don't you feel sorry for him?" And then Ataru kind of gives us a little a different perspective on something because he tells us that like, oh, because Ibuki has a gap in his record, that's why he started a brand new team. But I'm gonna say allegedly. I'm gonna say that's all alleged because we met Ibuki, and I feel like Ibuki has been genuine, and I feel like he really did want to just start a team of misfits and things like that. But two things could be true, so both of them could be true at once. But I'm gonna say this is alleged because I don't know. It just makes it sound more sketchy than it is. And his teammates like, yo, so you did this out of pity, and Asuru was like, nah, like I actually respect Ibuki, like I respect him a lot. Like we played together, and back then, like he was a real leader. Like he was him. Like don't try to like do him dirty. And Atsudu kind of just makes a comment like yo like at the end of the day though like we grew up, so right now it's like we enemies right now, and I feel like that's real. Like I don't think Atsudu should get any like hate or anything like that. Like he's a little bit of I can see why some people think he's an a hole, but I think his teammate was a little bit more of an a hole. But I don't know. To me, that was kind of real. He didn't really say anything like disrespectful towards him. Like it's they're childhood friends. But Haru comes out the bathroom and they're like, "Oh, like hopefully he didn't hear that." But Haru, like, bro, y'all are literally outside the bathroom. So Haru's like, "Well, by the time this game ends, you're gonna respect Ibuki. Like, you're gonna remember why he's legendary and why like he's him because, bro, he's don't do all that. You're not gonna feel sorry for him anymore." And then Atsuru kind of like gets like surprised by that, and he's like, "So like, who are you? Like, what's your name?" And I really like this whole interaction because we get to see Haru defend Ibuki for the first time. Because I feel like Ibuki has been defending Haru for a while, like against other people. He's always like, "Yo, like don't let like hear him out first. Like see what he got. Y'all just over here, um, put disrespecting Haru, but now we have Haru putting telling people to put some respect on Ibuki. So I really like that, and he introduces himself. He's like, "I'm Ibuki's partner. I'm our pitcher." I'm not gonna lie. If Haru wasn't a pitcher and he said another position, that would have been nah. Like imagine saying all that and being like, "Yeah, I'm the center field." Like, okay, but pitcher's like, "Oh, all right, you the pitcher? Okay, like okay, I see you." And he kind of gets a little interested, and again, his teammate kind of hits him again, and his teammate said something really interesting about like, oh yeah, like make sure we teach him a lesson about superior force. And I don't know, I just feel like that was an interesting choice of words to use right there. I feel like I don't know, it just is giving like, oh yeah, like we're the bougie school, so let's show them like our strength and our power. But I don't know, superior force was an interesting word choice, I guess. And then I like the little detail we have Atu. I guess like he's walking away and he's like Kuzumi. So he knows the last name. I'm guessing Ataru and Kaze probably know each other or they played against each other, or maybe even with or maybe together. But I like that little slight detail. So hopefully we're gonna get a little flashback with Ataru and Kaze. But anyways, we go back to the team and we get introduced to everybody's positions finally. So we got to know what everybody does. And I made a little diagram, so I'm gonna put it here for you guys. But I'm also gonna read this as their batting position. So who's batting first, and then I'm gonna say their positions. So their offense and then their defense positions, I guess in a sense. But our first batter, our starting batter, is gonna be Whack-A-Mole. He also plays second base, and then we have our second batter. We have my Sasuke, and he's a shortstop. And yeah, and then we have our third batter is Kengo, and he's gonna be at our first base. And then we have our fourth batter, which is Ibuki, and he's also our catcher. Our fifth batter is Satomi, but he also is also on our third base. Our sixth batter is Yuma, and Yuma is our center field. And then we have EJ, who is our seventh batter, and he's on the right field. And then we have Saku, who is our eighth batter, and they play on the left field. And then our ninth batter is, of course, our boy Haru, and obviously he's our pitcher. And then we have the Iroha, so Sleepy Boy. He's reserved with on the bench essentially with the principal. It looks like. So we kind of got our we got our team, we got our little members and what they play, and we get this nice little shot of Hina versus Shisten. So I think I really like that. It seems pretty cool. I'm kind of interested to know about everybody and their little like what they're really good at and stuff like that. Getting to see what everybody's good at. So the game's about to start, and I guess I'm not really too familiar with other sports, but I know in volleyball, before a game starts, each school gets a time to like warm up on the court or on the field. So in volleyball, one team would go, and usually it's like if you're home, you go first, or well, never mind. I take that back. It just really depends because sometimes if you're home, it's like generous to let the other team go first. But anyway, it's just warming up, right? And but one team goes at a time, and during this time, like as a athlete, I would say like I was never showing off what I could do. Um, I wasn't making myself look like a fool, obviously, but like I wasn't trying. I wasn't showing them my secret technique, and stuff like that. But I only mentioned this because right here, I'm guessing they warm up, and Haru kind of shows them he's a southpaw. And again, to me, I just feel like I would have kept that a little bit secret. I would have just been pitching regularly, But I'm guessing, it's a warm up, so he's trying to warm up his muscles. But I don't know. I just again, little slight, not serious nitpick coming from an athlete. Um, so yeah, Arturo and his team saw that. So like, okay, yeah, they're like, yo, he's a southpaw, and their first pitcher is actually Arturo. So we're about to see what he is made of, and he also plays on the right field. So we're about to see this boy. It's a nice little shot of him, and we get Haru getting ready up for a game, and I like this little like quick little flashback of Arturo and his teammate outside of the bathroom, and I'm guessing that's like it's playing in his head, it's playing in Haru's head, and he pitches nice little southpaw underhand pitch, and Ibuki kind of makes a comment that it's too high, and then we get this nice shot of Arturo hitting it like it's not even like he messed up or slipped or whatever. He was dead on it, like so much so that it's actually a home run, and man goes all the way all the way around the bases, and like everybody's cheering. He gets a home run on the first pitch, which is pretty like that's kind of intense. And then Man does a whole backflip, bro. Like who is this guy, bro? Like man doing a whole backflip on the field, and it's kind of funny because like everybody kind of like yeah he's doing a backflip, but like everybody makes a comment about his height because he's like 6 feet and he's doing a backflip. Which again, I'm like 6 feet, so I can't even do a backflip. You'll probably never catch me do a backflip, so that is kind of crazy. You don't really see tall people doing backflips, but he's a show off for sure. Like that that's kind of crazy. Um, and Ibuki kind of mentions that his in track and field, his event is basically the decathlon, and that's basically like he. It's I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of crazy because that's basically like he does a bunch of mini games during his sport. So you know how like in some track and field you're just doing like the relay, or you're doing like a meter, or you're doing this like one race. He's doing like multiple different things as his whole event. And they basically reveal that he is a 5 tool player, and they show his stats. Basically, I love when like sports genre do this, and they show you like people's stats and like their base stats or whatever. And he's maxed out on all five. The man has a whole five pentagon now. He's him pretty much. He's maxed out on everything, and yeah, they basically say that he's literally an incredible athlete, and I believe it. Like he looks it. He got the skills for it. Like it's pretty crazy. But then I don't like this part. Whack-A-Mole comes up to Haru, and he calls him an irrational scum, and he says like loser scum and this things like that. Personally, I don't like this part. I don't like it at all, and that's why I'm always gonna call him Whack-A-Mole until he like until he genuinely respects Haru. 'Cause I don't know. I would never call my teammate scum, even if it's like jokingly or like whatever. Like scum is no. That's to me. That's a deeper word than just being like I don't know. He didn't have to say all that, but I think it's like a tough love type of situation because at the end of it, he's like, your pitches against me were better. So it's kind of like I don't know. It's that's a weird tough love in my opinion, but I like what Ibuki says because he's like, yo, like you kind of did a little bit too much on the ball. Like remember skipping stones. Like we practice. Like like loosen up. Like don't be in your head too much. And then Haru kind of like, oh yeah, like Haru acknowledges he knows what he did. You know, and basically the chapter kind of ends on the off of there, and they kind of hint at like it's okay, like we're gonna still go like what we got planned. So yeah, overall I think it was a really good chapter. I'm really surprised that we're starting off right at the game. I feel like I don't know, I really thought we were gonna get like a little mini practice or after school practice sesh with the team, but I like that we're starting right into it. um and with that I feel like it's really interesting because like back then, like I would have just been reading this manga and been like, oh wow, like a really cool manga. But after knowing about Goto and Matsuura, and everything they went through, and just Weekly Shonen Jump and their strict rules and stuff like that, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of crazy to see like how much quicker the pacing is. Like, no, again, not that it's better or anything, but it's just an interesting, perspective. Like most people are not gonna be reading and thinking about the pacing in this kind of perspective. But to me, I know like, oh yeah, like they know they have to like get on it and try to grab in fans and things like that. So I think that's really interesting. But yeah, I still think the pacing is really cool. I really like Ataru. Oh, did I say the Phantom Seer thing? I think I did. But yeah, Ataru Phantom Seer boy, like I'm not gonna lie, he seems really cool. I low key, not even low key, I high key want him to join our team, but I don't think he will because he's too good. Like I don't think he would fit as a misfit unless like he's only good, like when he's nervous or something like that. When they have like a little tick, like Aroha or Sleepy Boy. I feel like he has a little condition. He's asleep, but when he wakes up, he's really good. But I don't know. I hope we see more of Ataru. I feel like he's gonna be a really cool character to keep around, and I'm really interested to see what him and Kaze have going on. And yeah, I'm really interested to see this game. I think me personally, I low-key want them to lose, not in a bad way or anything, but I feel like if they lost, then that would kind of make for a more interesting story route, and I feel like that would make them, try to it would strengthen the bond with the team. And but if they win, they win too, obviously. And what else? I was gonna say something else. I'm literally forgetting what I was gonna say. I finally remember what I was gonna say. Shout out to like all five of us Harukaze Mound fans on Twitter. Shout out to all y'all. Um, Shout out to the Discord. I just found out there's a Discord, so make sure you guys join the Harukaze Mound Discord. Link will be in the bio. I'm in there. Run it up. We can. It's not. We talking in there. It's not crazy or anything. We just started, but I like everybody there. Everybody's pretty cool. We started out small, but again, just make sure you guys are always talking about it. Show love. Talk about it, post about it, tell your friends about it. We want to spread the word. But yeah, really excited and happy to see where the sports manga goes. And yeah, I'm looking forward to learning more about baseball too. But yeah, peace. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's it. But overall, again, just a good chapter. Thank you again for watching. And yeah, make sure you guys stick around. If you like Harukaze Mountain, please make sure you guys are talking about it. And yeah, show love, show support. Thank you guys for watching again. I hope you all have a great, amazing day, morning, afternoon, night, or whatever it may be. Please stay blessed. Make sure you eat, drink, get your rest, and everything. Thank y'all. Love y'all. See y'all.